Hello to my deck profile video. I am the Watermelon Enthusiast, and this is the Blue Eyes Branded Ishizu Tear deck. In the background there should be gameplay of it being used. If there's not, then I've made a mistake. So, Blue Eyes, White Dragon, played in 3 copies. Dark Magician played in 2 copies. 1, the Bystial Lubellion. 1 Dark Magician Girl, 2 Tearlaments Scheiren, 2 Fallen of Albaz, 1 Beiige Vanguard of Dark World, 2 Reinoheart, Tearlaments Reinoheart, 2 Tearlaments Havnis, 1 Ash Blossom Joyous Springs, 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 2 Tearlaments Merrli, 1 Cyber-Stein, 2 the White Stone of Ancients, 2 the White Stone of Legend, 1 Effect Veiler, 2 Magician Circle, 1 Instant Fusion, 2 Polymerization, 1 Magician's Unite, 3 Branded Fusion, 1 Fusion Substitute, 1 Branded in Red, 2 Tearlaments Scream, 3 Dark Magical Circles, 1 Despia Theater of the Branded, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Screams of the Branded, 1 Branded Sword, 1 Spellbinding Circle, 1 Tearlaments Sulliek, 1 Tearlaments Cryme, 2 Solemn Judgments. So the main strategy for this deck is to get either, what is it? Let's see. I know it's one of the Tearlaments cards. You're supposed to get one of the Tearlaments cards. It's either like Reinoheart or Scheiren. You're supposed to get one of those cards. I forget which one. Onto the field. I think it's... Yeah, okay, it's Tearlaments Reinoheart. You're supposed to get Tearlaments Reinoheart onto the field so you can get rid of Tearlaments Merrli. And then Tearlaments Merrli, when it's in the graveyard, allows you to get the fusion summon? Yeah. That's what I thought it did. But, so that allows you to get Tearlaments Rulkallos. And Tearlaments Rulkallos gets you Tearlaments Kaleido-Heart. So now you have a 3000 attack monster on the field. Alternatively, you can get Branded Fusion in your hand and use Fallen of Albaz plus one of the Blue Eyes. Yeah, one of the Blue Eyes to get Albion the Branded Dragon. And Albion the Branded Dragon allows you to get Mirrorjade the Iceblade Dragon. Alternatively, another quick strategy is just to get Cyber-Stein or Instant Fusion in your hand and immediately fusion summon out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is a 4500 attack monster that you easily get on the field. There's Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, which you can get using Instant Fusion and Cyber-Stein or just a simple poly. All of the extra deck monsters, I forgot to run through those. All the extra deck monsters are Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Tearlaments Kaleido-Heart, Mirrorjade the Iceblade Dragon, Tearlaments Rulkallos, Lubellion the Searing Dragon, Alba Lanatus the Abyss Dragon, Spren the Iron Dash Dragon, Brickran the Glory Dragon, Titan-clad the Ash Dragon, 2 copies of Albion the Branded Dragon, Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, Tearlaments Rulkallos, and Sprite Spren, which in hindsight probably shouldn't be in the deck. I saw it on like some Tearlaments video and I was like, I guess I'll put that in the deck, but I have no reason to have it in the deck, so it's kind of pointless. So, I mean, this is just a simple... You can modify this at any time you want if you choose to make this deck. I guess the point of Sprite Spren is to send Tearlaments Merrli to the GY, which does actually sound really good. Keep in mind the ability of Tearlaments Merrli can only be used once per turn. I've messed that up so many times. Like, send it to the GY, get a fusion monster on the field, and then send it to the GY again and nothing activates, and I'm like, why didn't anything activate? And I checked the effect. It says you can only use this effect of Tearlaments Merrli once per turn, and I'm like, oh crap, I messed up. So just keep that in mind. The deck is really good at sending cards to the GY, which is good for Tearlaments, but if you get like Fallen of Albaz, Instant Fusion, Cyber-Stein, Branded Fusion into the GY, then you're kind of messed up. So it's just kind of luck based there sometimes, but even when this deck is doing badly, it can still do pretty well. Unfortunately, I'm not a good Yu-Gi-Oh player, so all the footage on screen is gonna show not the optimal way of playing the deck. I mean, it's gonna show pretty terrible gameplay. That's just because I'm not good at it, but I do genuinely believe this could be like top of the like competitive. I think my problem is that I'm not good at Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't think judging my ability to play it is fair. Like, because I've played all right decks and they become terrible decks. So if this is like an all right deck for me playing it, then it's got to be like up there. It's a pretty good deck. That's my thinking anyway. I could be totally wrong about that. You can go, if you play Dueling Nexus, because this is all Dueling Nexus, I'm not going to pay the money to get these cards in real life. If you go to Dueling Nexus, you go to Decks, you go to Browse Public Decks, and you type in Blue Eyes, Branded, then my Blue Eyes Branded Ishizu Tear shows up immediately. Also a 2023 version, which uses the updated ban list that's going to be coming out this December. Not this December. Next January, I think. When does it come out? Give me a second. Oh, maybe it is this December. Yeah, okay, it is. So, well, it already came out, but that doesn't apply to Dueling Nexus. For some reason, they haven't updated it or something. So, the 2023 version, when Dueling Nexus finally updates all of this stuff, will be the only playable version. It's not as good. I haven't tried it out, but I can just look at it and tell that it's not going to be as good. It's basically the same deck, but I had to take into account all the bans and all the... So, like Branded Fusion, for example, is played in 1 copy in this deck, as opposed to being played in 3 copies. Besides that, I mean, it's still basically the same deck. So, although the strategy will play a little differently because there's certain, like, extra deck monsters that I couldn't include because they got banned. So, those won't be playable, which means that you won't be able to use those strategies, which is unfortunate because like the one that got banned was a big part of the combo, but I'm sure it'll still be all right. Just go to Dueling Nexus if you have it and look up decks, and you should be able to get it there. There should be more gameplay on screen, so hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching this. Sort of new, just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. I haven't really done this before. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and tell me in the comments that you enjoyed it, because I can definitely make more of this sort of stuff if people like it. If people don't like it, then I'll stop making it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.